Welcome back, brave souls, to another night of bone-chilling tales here on EerieTales. Tonight, we don't just tell a story, we invite you into a legend, one that's buried deep within the dark woods of Eldridge Hollow, where the shadows are thick and the trees whisper secrets in the dead of night. Eldridge Hollow is more than just an old, forgotten town. For generations, people have whispered about its cursed land, a place where the veil between the living and the dead is almost transparent. Some call it a portal, others say it's a prison, but one thing is clear. The forest surrounding it, known as the Whispering Woods, is haunted. Local lore says that every few decades during the blood moon, the trees themselves awaken, speaking to those brave or foolish enough to listen. And if you're one of the chosen, the forest will call you by name, drawing you deeper, whispering secrets that demand to be uncovered. Tonight, the forest has chosen its next soul. Our protagonist, Alex, grew up in Eldridge Hollow, listening to his grandmother's stories of the Whispering Woods. But these weren't just stories, they were warnings. Warnings about a pact forged by his ancestors long ago. One that kept the spirits at bay, but bound his family to the forest forever. And tonight, under the eerie glow of the blood moon, Alex can no longer ignore the call. He hears his name carried on the wind, faint at first, like a murmur in the distance, then clearer, insistent. "Alex, come to us." The voice is old, filled with sorrow, and yet somehow familiar. With a lantern in hand and his heart pounding, Alex steps into the forest, knowing that whatever lies ahead could change his life and the lives of his descendants forever. As Alex treads deeper, the forest closes around him, swallowing the light. The path is treacherous, overgrown with roots that seem to twist and reach for him. Shadows flicker in the corner of his eye, figures he thinks he recognizes but can't quite make out. And then he sees it. An old stone marker, covered in moss, carved with strange symbols. It's a boundary, marking the start of the Whispering Woods. The whispers grow louder, layering over one another until they become a chorus. A cacophony of souls lost and bound. They speak of betrayal, sacrifice, and a curse that has only grown stronger with each generation. As he walks, fragments of his ancestors' lives flash before him. Brief, ghostly glimpses of men and women who, like him, answered the forest's call but never truly returned. In the heart of the woods stands a crumbling chapel, hidden by overgrown ivy and shrouded in fog. It's a relic from another time, its doors sagging and its windows shattered. Inside, the air is thick, charged with an energy that feels almost alive. Candles, long extinguished, sit on the altar, their wax dripping like tears. Around them are offerings left by past generations, worn photographs, locks of hair, handwritten notes, all tributes to the spirits of the forest. Alex steps inside, feeling the weight of his family's history pressing down on him. The whispers converge here, filling the room with a palpable sense of sorrow and urgency. The voice he heard before grows louder, guiding him to an ancient trapdoor hidden beneath the altar. Trembling, he pries it open, revealing a dark staircase leading down. Alex descends into the crypt, the air growing colder with each step. Here, deep beneath the earth, lie the remains of his ancestors, guardians of the pact. Their coffins are lined along the walls, each marked with a name and a symbol of the pact. In the center of the room stands a stone table, and on it, an old leather-bound journal, its pages yellowed with age. He opens the journal, reading the words of his great-great-grandfather, the first to enter the pact. The journal tells of a time when the spirits grew restless, threatening to consume the town in darkness. To protect Eldridge Hollow, Alex's ancestor made a deal with the spirits. In exchange for peace, each generation of his family would return to the woods and renew the pact, keeping the spirits bound to the forest. Now, with the blood moon at its peak, Alex realizes why he was called here. The pact must be renewed tonight, or the spirits will be free to roam, seeking vengeance on the town. But as he reads further, he discovers something his ancestors never told him. Breaking the pact could set his family's spirits free from their eternal bondage. but it would unleash the wrath of the Whispering Woods upon Eldridge Hollow. The voices of his ancestors rise around him, each pleading for him to make a different choice. Some beg him to renew the pact and save the town, while others cry out for release, desperate to finally rest. Alex stands frozen, the weight of his decision crushing him. As he struggles with his choice, the spirits begin to manifest around him. They are shadowy figures, faces blurred, yet each exudes a presence he recognizes. His great-grandmother steps forward, her eyes filled with sorrow. She reaches out, her touch cold as ice, and tells him that she too once faced this choice, but chose to renew the pact to protect her family and the town. But, she warns, each renewal only strengthens the spirit's hold over the family. Then another figure steps forward, his great-uncle, who broke from tradition and tried to escape the town. He tells Alex that breaking the pact could finally free their souls, but would come at a cost the town could never bear. As the spirits close in around him, Alex realizes he has two choices: renew the pact, keeping the town safe, but condemning his family to servitude in the forest, or break the pact, risking the wrath of the spirits, but possibly freeing his ancestors from their curse. He looks around, hearing the whispers of his ancestors, each trying to sway him. He feels the weight of generations on his shoulders. With a final look at the faces of his family, he steels himself, knowing that whatever he chooses will echo through time. Alex's choice remains unknown, for this story is as much about the past as it is about the present. What would you do, dear viewer, if you were bound to a curse that could either protect or destroy? Leave your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time for another tale from the eerie edges of reality. Until then, keep listening to the whispers if you dare.